Welcome, walkers from the other way. Welcome to a new video from elotrocamino.org. What will be our topic of today? We have a very important topic which has been talked from many places but not really understood. The devil and its relation with the conflicts and daily problems. Which is the relationship that binds both of questions? That is what we will go through and what we will get understanding and comprehension. We will go through this topic from the point of view of the founder of the humanistic movement. One of the issues that has been transmitted and that has teaches more and with more energy and strength is feel, think, and do in the same direction. The key is with which the human illuminates. In other words, coherence. Something very difficult to find today in people. Then, if at the moment I think, feel, and do in the same direction, that involves bonding my energies, that involves acting monolithically, like a brick, but put as if the beam enters like a magnifying glass, magnifying glass, and focus on a point. That is that in translation is of think, feel, and do in the same direction. But normally, in a daily basis, this doesn't happen. In a daily basis, I think of something, and when I want to take action of it, or of something, then I want to do it, or I don't want to do it. Or sometimes I do it, and the feeling I have about it, or about doing it, it doesn't get along, and doesn't generate the same movement. That feeling to generate that action, or there is another scenario where I feel and respond automatically as an action without thinking about the consequences that can bring along. In general, always acting in division is in this world, or in this word, where we can find the secret of the devil. Because from its etymology means division. Division of what? Division of the forces from the human and from the energies of the human, from the incoherence from the human being. That is what all the sacred texts and Bibles talk about when they mention the devil. The devil is the one that divides the forces and the energy of the human being. The one that divides what the human thinks, do, and feel. As you can see, the word devil, from its etymology, it has nothing to do with demons, from where the religions want to understand the term. Why? It is simple. To control the paradigms they want to have control over, and obviously the massification that they find in confusion and in chaos. This is their best ally and their best tool. If both seems the same, for them is a win. Therefore, it is important to divide the wheat straw and understand that devil and demon is not the same. And understand that it's not the same devil with a religious term and with hell. Even though it's clear that when the human acts divided between of what he thinks, what he feels, and what he does, well, the results are not always what he wishes. That's also why from all cultures and initiatic teaching, these cultures have left us shows that the path of enlightenment is directly linked with such coherence. With coherence between what I think, what I feel, and what I say, and the access by which these three situations are tied are the words. The words, waving and nodding, what I think and what I say and what I do. It is a very broad topic, and if we go into detail, deeping, and this is what we like to do on these topics, we'll assure that each one of these topics can make a video itself, and we will make them. Today, we're approaching it from what the psychoanalysis knows in logic, time and distance. Today, we are looking at the topic and beginning to understand, because it is a topic which you can talk from many points of view, and from each we can make a new video of. But, so as I was saying, devil and division have the same terminology. Casually, the third word will be addressed, and for which all this introduction is done to get to that third word, which is dialectic. The dialectic also starts between the devil and the division. Consider for a second, from every point from where we teach and learn paradigms, we always learn them from a bipolar logic, from a dual logic. Good, bad, ugly, cute, I can, I cannot, black and white, day or night. Then I do, or I don't. I think, or I don't think. I tell, or not tell. Go or don't go. I do it now, or I do it later. They've always have taught us to think about the universe in two ways, for two dualities. And also is our brain, also the right hemisphere and the left hemisphere is formed. Now, let's ask ourselves, if it were so simple, like thinking dually and have to choose between one of those two choices, why is it then that all situations always have two poles? By choosing one of these two poles, which generates in a 90% of the time, creates conflict? Why should I have poles? Why should I have to choose between going to see my girlfriend or my boyfriend and go play with friends? If I choose to go play football with friends, then my girlfriend gets mad. And if I go with my girlfriend, my friends also claim it after me. Why also in friendly chat I choose a topic and not a different topic? That point also generates conflict. You know why? Because that seems 2 points of conflict were 2 outbreaks. Also, as I said, have taught us to think that the secret is to choose one of these 2 poles. Actually, when we start delving and analyze the subject and delve into the roots of the issue, we discovered only the layer of appearance. That's just what seems to the subject. It seems that there are 2 sources. It appears that there are 2 almost opposite situations, but actually, you must know that there is a point in common that unites them. Is a lower focus, makes this seed containing these 2 manifestations are those dialectical poles. This is what we are taught from the initiatic cultures around the world, which have left us their wisdom, and only in this particular I've learned at Edipo, who transmitted and taught the same native wisdom, that same knowledge. There seems to be 2 focus, but there are actually a lower focus containing seeds that then transform it into seemingly opposite situations. Then, where it seems that there are two, there are actually three. But in reality, where there seems to be three, there's only one. That's the game with the logic that is generated in this situation. And what does that teach us? These initiatory cultures know this legacy with which transcend the everyday level of conflict and solved problems. It teaches us something very different from what it conveys from school, family, from the everyday. These teachings tells us to a dual situation is to do or not do, to respond or take an option, or the other. Yet there generate a third response, a third option. Consider containing and improve and integrate the latest pole. Such third answer is the top focus, with which to resolve all conflicts in the everyday. Whenever it arises every day a choice or no choice, and seems it is A or B, or white or black, the secret is a top focus. But do not confuse between black and white, because the top focus is not gray. It's not half-hearted. That is something that is gained with practice. Today, we are, as I said before, watching the topic and start to understand it. Learn the theory and philosophy underlying the dialectical topic. Then, later, in next videos, understanding reality and understand the dialectic as a conflict or get solved, stagnant when applied the logic of dialectic. Well then, let's review what we have seen and so move a cycle deeper into the subject. We said that the secret of lighting ourselves, the secret of living in the new era, is when I feel and think in the same direction. And that thought, that feeling, that emotion, and that action are noted by a shaft, that is the word. The order I give the universe to create my own reality, in which, like a beam of light, converge on a lens focused on a single point. When my strength and my energy is divided, there comes the devil. We had seen it mean division between what I think, what I do, and what I feel. I saw that the response of the original cultures to this situation is to create a third option that does not divide my forces, but that converge and focus on a superior focus. All situations and conflicts were apparently one of the other pole to choose, in fact, ends up in a conflict, and that has a lower focus. That lower is the seed of what later will manifest as poles, focus. Now, if we said that the drive shaft axis, not what I think, what I do, and what I feel is the word. The order is as thought knowledge of initial cultures. As it joins, it separates. If a word or command aligns my thoughts, my emotions, and make me an order, and it also a word which misaligned, the secret is to find what the order is, which is the word that is dislocating my convergence, my consistency. I have to put into words those options, these poles to choose from. Then, when I want to go to the movies and my girlfriend wants to go to the theater, I'll have a different option, knowing that it's not going to the movies or the theater, but a third option that integrates and improves these options. However, we made one box, one square box, where we have a dialectical pole and another lower pole, that the answer that transcends the everyday superior focus. When this dialectic-shaped box is where I have the opportunity to give a different answer that transcends the everyday and apply a dialectical twist. What does that mean? Or what does that mean when I put together these achievements, this dialectical square box, and be clear which are the poles, and have very clear what that lower pole, then a superior focus have the opportunity to generate a dialectical cycle, and that it was a vertical axis, transform it into a horizontal axis, and then build a dialectics itself. What we had seen before is named the automatic dialectic. Another dialectic does that are installed in me by inheritance, by family culture. These automatic dialectics are with me constantly, respond in everyday life. Generate our own dialectic that enables me to generate its own reality, involves placing myself focuses that transcend the lower and the upper focus, and generate a dialectical cycle, and that vertical and horizontal transforms back again to place a higher focus, lower focus generating another cycle, and then generate as a wheel that constantly circulates. Why? Because the universe is cycling, the whole universe is in motion. When the universe is in motion, it grows. If I follow the logic of the universe, generating cycles, dialectical movements, then what I do is this constant grow. And what I do is the hardest thing there is. The universe is constantly growing. When you are in a conflict, when you have a situation where you choose A or B, first of all, take into account that the answer is neither A or B. Then look at the situation, take an instant, take time to see, to understand. Use everything that you consider to understand which is the lower focus between these two poles. And then, when you have understood them, then it's time to choose to close. And so what you will achieve is a proper response from the new age, because the secret to understand that option is influenced by any of these two options. It's unique, because that is an illusion. These two options are having a source of conflict in common, with a higher focus transcending is what enables me to give a different answer. And if I hold my different answers, then I'm in link with the universe. Hopefully, we are going through this topic generates in you curiosity to see the universe and all of your everyday life situations under this side. And you'll understand that it's much different to face every day with the lens of knowledge from what initiatic cultures have left us. Thank you very much, and see you into our next video from elotrocamino.org.
Corrompido por ese mismo poder, el ser humano cree que por el hecho de tener una posición social, una raza, un color de piel o una creencia, cree que puede destruir a los que están más abajo o son diferentes, sin aparente argumento ni uso de razón. Un grupo pequeño pero poderoso que planea contra nosotros una gran conspiración. Nos han condenado a vivir en la opresión, malviviendo sin aparente dirección hacia dónde caminar. Ponen obstáculos y no nos dejan ni pararnos.